Hey guys, so the Festival of Dawn merge event is now live for all servers with Shadow Merge, and I just wanted to do a quick video about it. So as you can see, I've actually collected the maximum amount of glory that you can collect as a solo player for this event, which is 48,000, and I thought that this would be a good point for me to make a video on my strategy. I've had a few people come forward to me and ask me how I did it so fast, so I actually managed to do it in about 6 hours, 6.5 hours from when the event went live. So if you find this video useful, then feel free to share it with your friends and clan mates. So if we just check out this event in the events tab, we can see that each player has 2 tasks here. The first one is to defeat any monster, and you have a total contribution of 24,000 for this. So every time you kill one monster of any kind, you'll get one of these glory orbs, and you can just turn it in here. So you can see that I've already claimed all of these, but basically this will just be a counter, and every time you can just press the claim button here. Now for the second task, is to turn in glory fragments, and these only drop from elite monsters, and you can turn these up to a total contribution of 240, but bear in mind that this isn't just as simple as killing 240 elites, and I'll be explaining exactly how this works as far as I can understand. But basically, to turn in the glory fragments, you have to go to Raki's Plaza in Westmarch here, and then go to this Festival of Dawn book here, and then once you click it, you can click deliver items, select your glory fragments, and deliver those, and then once you've done that, you can go back to the events tab and actually click claim on the task here, and that will turn in your glory fragments and convert it to glory. So as you complete both these tasks, you're going to get some progression and get rewards such as dust, gems, and a legendary crest at the end. And then there's also a server progress, which basically counts the glory for everyone on the server. And based off this, you're going to get some kind of magic find bonus, which starts at 3% and ends all the way at 15%, for a total server bonus of 20 million. As you can see for the first day here, our server glory is at 12.4 million, so I think that with our server now being very active with so many clans coming to it, I think that we're going to reach the maximum here with 20 million. And if you're curious about my server is the Dark Wanderer cluster. I'm going to have a list of all the servers that are included in this cluster in the description if you're curious about it. We're always looking for new players here to have a strong and healthy competition. So going over to the last tab of this event, there are 2 leaderboards. One is the clan leaderboard, where you get a portrait for being in the top 3, and you can check out all of the rewards here. And then finally, you've got the solo reward leaderboard, which admittedly doesn't really give that much. I mean, these rewards are kind of pathetic. You've got gold, dust, and then flowing shards. And most of the time, you're going to be in the top 100 for this. You're going to be a pretty heavy grinder anyway, so you're not really going to have much use for any of these. So I'm not really sure why they thought that these rewards would be a good idea. I'd much rather prefer to have some crests or legendary items like they do for the clan rewards. So now that we've talked about how this event works, I'm sure that people have the same question on their mind. Where's the best place to farm for this event, and how do you get the most amount of glory fragments? So in my experience, the best places to farm for this event would be Open World, the Accursed Tower, or the new event, which is the Abyssal Verge. The problem is that with the servers being merged, you don't have access to the Accursed Tower because the season's just been reset. So actually the best place turns out to be the new mode, this Abyssal Verge. The reason for that is that the density of monsters is very high, as well as this, the elite monster spawns, you can kind of predict where they are, and there's just a lot of them on the map, so it just turns out to be one of the best places to farm. And if you're wondering, at least to begin with, the orange elite mobs actually have a guaranteed drop of the glory fragments, so they will drop you 1 glory fragment each, but the problem is that after a certain amount of time, they will stop dropping glory fragments entirely, and I think that this cap is going to be reached roughly between 100 or 150 glory fragments, and then they're not going to be dropping any glory fragments whatsoever. So if you can see here, I'm just about to kill an orange elite, and it's kind of annoying because I'm trying to kill off the clones here just to get the maximum number of glory fragments. So the clones also will drop you glory fragments, but I've kind of messed it up here. But as you can see, it dropped me a guaranteed glory fragment. But after a certain amount of time, like I said, these will stop dropping for the orange elites. And this is actually a hidden cap. And after this point of getting about 100 glory fragments or so, you actually want to switch your focus to target blue elites and yellow elites, because you'll have more chance of getting the glory fragment from them. Bear in mind that it does get quite a fair bit slower because the drops from those elites aren't a guaranteed drop. So you will have to farm quite a few of them. But that's the best way to go about it, in my opinion, is to focus on the orange elites to begin with, just to cap that out, and then finally focus on the blue and yellow elites only, and actually skip the orange elites completely. Once you've reached the cap for them, it's actually a 0% chance for them to drop glory fragments. But you can see here what I did is I killed off the clones and managed to get 3 glory fragments from 1 elite. So I hope that makes sense, guys. There's no daily cap for the glory fragments as far as I know. I mean, I did the whole event in a couple of hours. So just bear that in mind, that after a certain amount of time, you will reach a cap on the orange elites and they will no longer drop you the glory fragments. Also, I wouldn't worry too much about focusing on killing regular monsters because that will come passively. You will end up finishing the first task, which is to defeat any monster much faster than you do the glory fragment task. So it's not really worth wasting too much time to kill the regular monsters. Just go for the elites and hunt down the elites as fast as possible. To end the video here, I'm going to show the strategy with the clones because this was an example where I actually did it correctly. So you can see here the first affix, which is that yellow one. When I moused over the elite, that's the clone one that you want to be looking for. It's that kind of yellow figure. So once you see an orange elite like this, you want to wait for it to spawn its clones, and then you want to kill off the clones. Just be careful not to kill off the main elite. It would be a lot better if I had gems which didn't do dot damage, because then I could kind of control this a bit better, but it is what it is. I just kept my gems on. But as you can see, I'm killing off the clones one by one here, and I keep getting glory fragments. Once I've killed them off, I'm just moving away from the elite so I don't kill it by accident. And I'm just waiting for it to spawn its clones again. Bear in mind that the red circle is closing in on you, so you kind of have to be a bit quick with doing this. But if you're just looking for the quickest way to cap out this Festival of Dawn, then it's not really a huge deal if you die in one of the Abyssal Verges. So now that the red mist is completely closing in and the elite's almost dead, I just decided to kill the elite just to get the last glory fragment there. But like I said, guys, that strategy eventually isn't going to be so useful because the orange ancient elites do have a cap to the number of glory fragments they can give you. So that's about it for this video, guys. I hope that it's been helpful. If you have any further questions or if I've missed something, then you can let me know in the comments below. We recently reached 4,000 subscribers on the channel, which is just an amazing milestone. I'd like to thank each and every one of you who supports the channel, whether that be through dropping likes, leaving me comments, or even messaging me in game. Your support and words of encouragement really keeps me going and keeps me motivated to make regular content for this channel. So with that said, guys, I'll be signing off here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.